اللهم أحينا على سنته وتوفنا على ملته، واجعلنا من أهل شفاعته، واحشرنا في زمرته، وأوردنا حوضه، واسقنا من كأسه غير خزايا ولا نادمين ولا شاكين ولا مبدلين ولا مغيرين ولا فاتنين ولا مفتونين، آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد، وأعطه الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة، وابعثه المقام المحمود الذي وعدته مع إخوانه النبيين. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد نبي الرحمة وسيد الأمة، وعلى أبينا سيدنا آدم وأمنا سيدتنا حواء، ومن ولدا من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين. وصل على ملائكتك أجمعين من أهل السماوات والأرضين، وعلينا معهم يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر لي ذنوبي ولوالدي وارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا، ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات، وتابع بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين، ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد نور الأنوار وسر الأسرار وسيد الأبرار وزين المرسلين الأخيار، وأكرم من أظلم عليه الليل وأشرق عليه النهار، وعدد ما نزل من أول الدنيا إلى آخرها من قطر الأمطار، وعدد ما نبت من أول الدنيا إلى آخرها من النبات والأشجار، صلاة دائمة بدوام ملك الله الواحد القهار. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد صلاة تكرم بها مثواه، وتشرف بها عقباه، وتبلغ بها يوم القيامة مناه ورضاه. هذه الصلاة تعظيما لحقك يا سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد حاء الرحمة وميمي الملك ودال الدوام، السيد الكامل الفاتح الخاتم، عدد ما في علمك كائن أو قد كان، كلما ذكرك وذكره الذاكرون، وكلما غفل عن ذكرك وذكره الغافلون. صلاة دائمة بدوامك باقية ببقائك لا منتهى لها دون علمك، إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي، وعلى آل سيدنا محمد الذي هو أبهى شموس الهدى نورا وأبهرها، وأسير الأنبياء فخرا وأشهرها، ونوره أزهر أنوار الأنبياء وأشرفها وأوضحها، وأزكى الخليقة أخلاقا وأطهرها، وأكرمها خلقا وأعدلها. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي، وعلى آل سيدنا محمد الذي هو أبهى من القمر التام، وأكرم من السحاب المرسلة والبحر الخطم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي، وعلى آل سيدنا محمد الذي قرنت البركة بذاته ومحياه، وتعطرت العوالم بطيب ذكره ورياه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وارحم سيدنا محمدا وآل سيدنا محمد كما صليت وباركت وترحمت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ونبيك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آل سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء الدنيا وملء الآخرة، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء الدنيا وملء الآخرة، وارحم سيدنا محمدا وآل سيدنا محمد ملء الدنيا وملء الآخرة، واجز سيدنا محمدا وآل سيدنا محمد ملء الدنيا وملء الآخرة، وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء الدنيا وملء الآخرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد كما أمرتنا أن نصلي عليه، وصل على سيدنا محمد كما ينبغي أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على نبيك المصطفى ورسولك المرتضى ووليك المجتبى وأمينك على وحي السماء. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد أكرم الأسلاف القائم بالعدل والإنصاف المنعوت في سورة الأعراف المنتخب من أصلاب الشراف والبطون الظراف المصفى من مصاص عبد المطلب بن عبد مناف الذي هديت به من الخلاف وبينت به سبيل العفاف. اللهم إني أسألك بأفضل مسألتك وبأحب أسمائك إليك وأكرمها عليك وبما مننت علينا بسيدنا محمد نبينا صلى الله عليه وسلم، فاستنقذتنا به من الضلالة وأمرتنا بالصلاة عليه وجعلت صلاتنا عليه درجة وكفارة ولطفا ومنا من إعطائك، فدعوك تعظيما لأمرك واتباعا لوصيتك ومنتجزا لموعودك لما يجب لنبينا سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم في أداء حقه قبلنا، إذ آمنا به وصدقناه واتبعنا النور الذي أنزل معه، وقلت وقولك الحق. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. وأمرت العباد بالصلاة على نبيهم فريضة افترضتها وأمرتهم بها، فنسألك بجلال وجهك ونور عظمتك وبما أوجبت على نفسك للمحسنين أن تصلي أنت وملائكتك على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك ونبيك وصفيك وخيرتك من خلقك أفضل ما صليت على أحد من خلقك إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم ارفع درجته وأكرم مقامه وثقل ميزانه وأبلج حجته وأظهر ملته وأجزل ثوابه وأضئ نوره وأدم كرامته وألحق به من ذريته وأهل بيته ما تقر به عينه، وعظمه في النبيين الذين الذين خلوا قبله. اللهم اجعل سيدنا محمدا أكثر النبيين تبعا وأكثرهم أزراء وأفضلهم كرامة ونورا وأعلاهم درجة وأفسحهم في الجنة منزلا. اللهم اجعل في السابقين غايته وفي المنتخبين منزله وفي المقربين داره وفي المصطفين منزله. اللهم اجعله أكرم الأكرمين عندك منزلا وأفضلهم ثوابا وأقربهم مجلسا وأثبتهم مقاما وأصوبهم كلاما وأنجحهم مسألة وأفضلهم لديك نصيبا وأعظمهم فيما عندك رغبة وأنزله في غرفات الفردوس من الدرجات العلا التي لا درجة فوقها. اللهم اجعل سيدنا محمدا أصدق قائل وأنجح سائل وأول شافع وأفضل مشفع وشفعه في أمته بشفاعة يربطه بها الأولون والآخرون. وإذا ميزت عبادك بفصل قضائك فاجعل سيدنا محمدا في الأصدقين قيلا والأحسنين عملا وفي المهديين سبيلا. اللهم اجعل نبينا لنا فرطا واجعل حوضه لنا موعدا لأولنا وآخرنا. اللهم احشرنا في زمرته واستعملنا في سنته وتوفنا على ملته وعرفنا وجهه واجعلنا في زمرته وحزبه. اللهم اجمع بيننا وبينه كما آمنا به ولم نره ولا تفرق بيننا وبينه حتى تدخلنا مدخله وتوردنا حوضه وتجعلنا من رفقائه مع المنعم عليهم من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا. الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد نور الهدى والقائد إلى الخير والداعي إلى الرشد نبي الرحمة وإمام المتقين ورسول رب العالمين لا نبي بعده كما بلغ رسالتك ونصح لعبادك وتلا آياتك وأقام حدودك ووفى بعهدك وأنفذ حكمك وأمر بطاعتك ونهى عن معصيتك ووالى وليك الذي تحب أن تواليه وعادى عدوك الذي تحب أن تعاديه. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على جسده في الأجساد وعلى روحه في الأرواح وعلى موقفه في المواقف وعلى مشهده في المشاهد وعلى ذكره إذا ذكر صلاة منا على نبينا. اللهم أبلغه منا السلام كما ذكر السلام والسلام على النبي ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. اللهم صل على ملائكتك المقربين وعلى أنبيائك المطهرين وعلى رسلك المرسلين وعلى حملة عرشك وعلى سيدنا جبريل وسيدنا ميكائيل وسيدنا إسرافيل وسيدنا ملك الموت وسيدنا رضوان خازن جنتك وسيدنا مالك. وصل على الكرام الكاتبين وصل على أهل طاعتك أجمعين من أهل السماوات والأرضين اللهم آت أهل بيت نبيك أفضل ما آتيت أحدا من أهل بيوت المرسلين، واجز أصحاب نبيك أفضل ما جازيت أحدا من أصحاب المرسلين. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات، واغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان، ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. اللهم صل على النبي الهاشمي سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد خير البرية صلاة ترضيك وترضيه وترضى بها عنا يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه جزيلا جميلا دائما بدوام ملك الله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله ملء الفضاء وعدد النجوم في السماء صلاة توازن السماوات والأرض وعدد ما خلقت وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم إني أسألك العفو والعافية في الدين والدنيا والآخرة. اللهم استرنا بسترك الجميل. اللهم إني أسألك بحقك العظيم وبحق نور وجهك الكريم وبحق عرشك العظيم وبما حمل كرسيك من عظمتك وجلالك وجمالك وبهائك وقدرتك وسلطانك، وبحق أسمائك المخزونة المكنونة التي لم يطلع عليها أحد من خلقك. اللهم وأسألك بالاسم الذي وضعته على الليل فأظلم وعلى النهار فاستنار وعلى السماوات فاستقلت وعلى الأرض فاستقرت وعلى الجبال فأرست وعلى البحار والأودية فجرت وعلى العيون فنبعت وعلى السحاب فأمطرت. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء المكتوبة في جبهة سيدنا إسرافيل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء المكتوبة في جبهة سيدنا جبريل عليه السلام، وعلى الملائكة المقربين. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء المكتوبة حول العرش، وأسألك بالأسماء المكتوبة حول الكرسي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آل سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد صلاة تكون لك رضاء وله جزاء ولحقه أداء، وأعطه الوسيلة والفضيلة والمقام المحمود الذي وعدته، واجزه عنا ما هو أهله، واجزه أفضل ما جازيت به نبيا عن قومه ورسولا عن أمته. فصل على جميع إخوانه من النبيين والصالحين يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجعل فضائل صلواتك وشرائف زكواتك ونوامي بركاتك وعواطف رأفتك ورحمتك وتحيتك وفضائل آلائك على سيدنا محمد سيد المرسلين ورسول رب العالمين قائد الخير وفاتح البر ونبي الرحمة وسيد الأمة. اللهم ابعثه مقاما محمودا تزلف به قربه وتقر به عينه يغبطه به الأولون والآخرون. اللهم أعطه الفضل والفضيلة والشرف والوسيلة والدرجة الرفيعة والمنزلة الشامخة. اللهم أعط سيدنا محمدا الوسيلة وبلغه مأموله واجعله أول شافع وأول مشفع. اللهم عظم برهانه وثقل ميزانه وأبلج حجته وارفع في أهل عليين درجته وفي أعلى المقربين منزلته. اللهم أحينا على سنته وتوفنا على ملته واجعلنا من أهل شفاعته واحشرنا في زمرته وأوردنا حوضه واسقنا من كأسه غير خزايا ولا نادمين ولا شاكين ولا مبدلين ولا مغيرين ولا فاتنين ولا مفتونين. آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وأعطه الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعثه المقام المحمود الذي وعدته مع إخوانه النبيين. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد نبي الرحمة وسيد الأمة وعلى أبينا سيدنا آدم وأمنا سيدتنا حواء ومن ولدا من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين. وصل على ملائكتك أجمعين من أهل السماوات والأرضين وعلينا معهم يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر لي ذنوبي ولوالدي وارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات وتابع بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد نور الأنوار وسر الأسرار وسيد الأبرار وزين المرسلين الأخيار وأكرم من أظلم عليه الليل وأشرق عليه النهار وعدد ما نزل من أول الدنيا إلى آخرها من قطر الأمطار وعدد ما نبت من أول الدنيا إلى آخرها من النبات والأشجار صلاة دائمة بدوام ملك الله الواحد القهار. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد صلاة تكرم بها مثواه وتشرف بها عقباه وتبلغ بها يوم القيامة مناه ورضاه. هذه الصلاة تعظيما لحقك يا سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد حاء الرحمة وميمي الملك ودال الدوام السيد الكامل الفاتح الخاتم عدد ما في علمك كائن أو قد كان كلما ذكرك وذكره الذاكرون وكلما غفل عن ذكرك وذكره الغافلون. صلاة دائمة بدوامك باقية ببقائك لا منتهى لها دون علمك إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آل سيدنا محمد الذي هو أبهى شموس الهدى نورا وأبهرها وأسير الأنبياء فخرا وأشهرها ونوره أزهر أنوار الأنبياء وأشرفها وأوضحها وأزكى الخليقة أخلاقا وأطهرها وأكرمها خلقا وأعدلها. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آل سيدنا محمد الذي هو أبهى من القمر التام وأكرم من السحاب المرسلة والبحر الخطم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آل سيدنا محمد الذي قرنت البركة بذاته ومحياه وتعطرت العوالم بطيب ذكره ورياه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وارحم سيدنا محمدا وآل سيدنا محمد كما صليت وباركت وترحمت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ونبيك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آل سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء الدنيا وملء الآخرة وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء الدنيا وملء الآخرة وارحم سيدنا محمدا وآل سيدنا محمد ملء الدنيا وملء الآخرة واجز سيدنا محمدا وآل سيدنا محمد ملء الدنيا وملء الآخرة وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء الدنيا وملء الآخرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد كما أمرتنا أن نصلي عليه وصل على سيدنا محمد كما ينبغي أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على نبيك المصطفى ورسولك المرتضى ووليك المجتبى وأمينك على وحي السماء. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد أكرم الأسلاف القائم بالعدل والإنصاف المنعوت في سورة الأعراف المنتقب من أصلاب الشراف والبطون الظراف المصفى من مصاص عبد المطلب بن عبد مناف الذي هديت به من الخلاف وبينت به سبيل العفاف. اللهم إني أسألك بأفضل مسألتك وبأحب أسمائك إليك وأكرمها عليك وبما مننت علينا بسيدنا محمد نبينا صلى الله عليه وسلم فاستنقذتنا به من الضلالة وأمرتنا بالصلاة عليه وجعلت صلاتنا عليه درجة وكفارة ولطفا ومنا من إعطائك فدعوك تعظيما لأمرك واتباعا لوصيتك ومنتجزا لموعودك لما يجب لنبينا سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم في أداء حقه قبلنا إذ آمنا به وصدقناه واتبعنا النور الذي أنزل معه وقلت وقولك الحق. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. وأمرت العباد بالصلاة على نبيهم فريضة افترضتها وأمرتهم بها، فنسألك بجلال وجهك ونور عظمتك وبما أوجبت على نفسك للمحسنين أن تصلي أنت وملائكتك على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك ونبيك وصفيك وخيرتك من خلقك أفضل ما صليت على أحد من خلقك إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم ارفع درجته وأكرم مقامه وثقل ميزانه وأبلج حجته وأظهر ملته وأجزل ثوابه وأضئ نوره وأدم كرامته وألحق به من ذريته وأهل بيته ما تقر به عينه وعظمه في النبيين الذين خلوا قبله. اللهم اجعل سيدنا محمدا أكثر النبيين تبعا وأكثرهم أزراء وأفضلهم كرامة ونورا وأعلاهم درجة وأفسحهم في الجنة منزلا. اللهم اجعل في السابقين غايته وفي المنتخبين منزله وفي المقربين داره وفي المصطفين منزله. اللهم اجعله أكرم الأكرمين عندك منزلا وأفضلهم ثوابا وأقربهم مجلسا وأثبتهم مقاما وأصوبهم كلاما وأنجحهم مسألة وأفضلهم لديك
Hazreti Resul-i Ekrem ve Nebi Muhterem sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem Efendimiz Hazretlerinin aziz, pak, münevver, mutahhar ruh şeriflerine salavat şerifi getirenlerin ahir ve akıbetleri hayrola. Âl-i ezvacı, tahiret evladı Resul-i Eshab-ı Efendilerimizin sair enbiyazem ve Resul-i Fazırat'ın ervah şeriflerine Pirimiz Bilal-ı Habeş radıyallahu anh Efendimizin mihmandar-ı Resul-i Kibriya Eyüp Sultan Halid bin Zeyd Ebu Eyyub el-Ensar radıyallahu anh Şah Mürşidan Şeyh Hacı Muhammed Bahattin Şah Nakşibend el-Buhari, Mevlana Celaleddin el-Rumi, Mevlana Ziyaüddin Halid el-Bağdadi, Sahibü zaman kıbletil İslam Şeyh Mevlana Muhammed Nazım Adelelekani Kaddesallahu esrarhum hazıratın ervahi için Hademül Haremeynü Şerifeyn Yavuz Sultan Selim Han Ebul Fetvel Mehazi Fahsi Sultan Mehmet Han ve Serdar-ı Hakan Sultan Abdülhamid Han cennet mekan Firdevs-i Aşiyan hazıratın ervahine ve amr-i inayetine alel husus bu caminin banisi sahibel hayrat ve el hasenat sahibi Sevş Abdülkerim el Kıbrıs el Rabbani Hazretlerinin ve bugüne kadar içerisinden gelmiş geçmiş imam müezzin kayyım cemaatinin ve kahve ehli van ervahı için Allah rızası için el Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâiketehu yusallûne alen nebi. Ya eyyühellezîne amenû sallu aleyhi ve sellimû teslîmâ. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah.
La ilahe illallah seyyidina Mevlana Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecma'in. Nehmadullah Teala ve nestağfiru ve eşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike lah. Ve eşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu resuluh sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve sahabeti tabi khulafen raşidin mahadin min ba'di. Ve zemmeti ala tahkik. Ve zemmeti alameti khulafen rasul ala tahkik. Umarul Mu'minin Hazreti Ebu Bakr, Umar, Osman ve Ali ve ala bakr sahabet tabi'in ridvanullah ta'ala aleyhim ecma'in. Ya yuhal mu'minul hazirun yetkullah ta'ala ve te'innallaha mellezine tekavellezine hum muhsinun. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala eşrafil enbiya ve mursalin Seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecma'in. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah who says in the Holy Quran, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Taha, we have not revealed unto you, Ya Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, this Quran that you should be distressed, but as a reminder for him who fears, a revelation from him who created the earth and the high heavens. The Beneficent One, who is established on the throne, unto him belongs whatsoever is in the heavens and whatsoever is in the earth and whatsoever is between them and whatsoever is beneath the soil. And if you speak along, then truly he knows the secret thought and that which is even more hidden. Allah, there is no Allah except him. His are the most beautiful names. Sadaqallah al-Azim. And may all peace and blessings be upon Hazrati Taha, Hazrati Yasin, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Hazrati Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anh said, when you send salawats upon the Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, then make your salawats upon him to be excellent. Maybe they will be presented to him. So say, Ya Allah, send your prayers, your mercy and your blessings upon the master of the messengers, the imam of the people of taqwa, the leader of the good, the messenger of mercy. May peace and blessings be upon him and upon his noble family and his blessed companions, especially upon the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrati Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrati Umar al-Faruq, Hazrati Osman al-Ghani and Hazrati Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. May peace and blessings be upon Mashayikh of the most distinguished Naqshbandi way. May peace and blessings be upon the noble Padishahs of the Devlati Aliyah. May peace and blessings be upon all those who follow them until the last day. Ameen. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, the days of Eid are now past. The days of Ramazan have passed. Our enemy that was chained up has now returned to his work. When the enemy enters the Maidan, the soldiers do not sit to relax and drink tea. The soldiers pick up their weapons and make themselves ready. The soldiers will try to understand the strategy of this enemy that is coming now. The soldiers, they pick up their weapons, they make themselves ready because Shaitan has returned. Ramadan should have given the believers enough ammunition to fight against the Shaitan. But today's Muslims, 21st century Muslims, Facebook Muslims, Instagram Muslims, social media Muslims, they did not use Ramadan as a time to put more locks on the door of their heart to keep Shaitan out. But you can see we are doing everything we could to pry the door open so that we could return to our comfortable, shaitanic, normal lifestyle. And that is why we are seeing that so many Muslims, not only did they not change after Ramadan, but we become worse. This is not the way that believers are supposed to be. The believer is supposed to be constantly on guard. Our Shaykh has told us these words so many times that they have made a naqsh on our heart, inshallah. The believer must be awake and aware. Holy Prophet ﷺ said, the believer does not allow himself to be bitten twice from the same hole. Imam al-Nawawi, radiallahu an, gave the context, the situation of this hadith, saying that during the battle of Badr, there was a mushrik poet who was taken prisoner. Holy Prophet ﷺ let him be free if he promised not to fight or to insult the Holy Prophet ﷺ. The man took his freedom and broke his promise and came back to fight in Uhud and was taken prisoner. When the man asked to be freed again, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, the believer does not allow himself to be bitten twice from the same hole. We have enemies, inside and outside, that keep coming back to us again and again and again, and we open the door wide for it to come. We don't even believe that these are our enemies. We believe that these are our friends. Our ego and our shaitan are betraying us, and yet every time we're making friends with them. This is not the characteristic of a believer, because a believer is not stupid. Holy Prophet ﷺ has said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the believers in the Holy Quran and is always calling them people of aql, people of understanding, people of zikr, people who take signs, people who reflect. The believer, as our Shaykh says, is awake and aware. And the greatest enemy of the believer is to be in ghaflat, that is ghafilun. Every intelligent person knows that one of the best ways to prepare yourself against your enemy is to sit down and to analyze the past, to sit down and to make tafakkur, to think, to sit down and to study the history. The Quran is filled with history. The hadiths are filled with history. Awliya Allah, real Awliya Allah, is speaking non-stop about history. Our Shaykh Sahib al-Saib is saying, look at your history. And Muslims must know their history first for them to be able to understand the hadiths and the ayats. If you don't know the history of Islam, then you cannot understand the hadiths of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. So what can we learn from our history in this time, in these days, that will give us benefit? Look at our calendar. Not the illusion and delusion fake calendar. Look at the calendar of Islam. We have just passed through the remembrance of the Battle of Uhud and the Battle of Hunain. These two battles, they contain so many lessons for the believers. Believers past, present, and future, if they would just sit and to think and to reflect and take lesson from it. Because everything that the Holy Prophet ﷺ did is for the benefit of the Ummah until Judgment Day. And the lessons that we benefit from his experiences, they are never ending. These two battles have so many lessons for us. For us, for those who are coming out of Ramadan. If you would just sit and think. Or if you would just sit and think with the Ahli Zikr. Or if you would just be in the sohbat of those who remember Allah. Uhud came after Badr. The believers had won a miraculous heavenly victory in Badr. 313 believers completely defeating 1,000 mushriks with all their ammunition, with their weapons, and with everything that technology was giving them in terms of warfare, and the believers had nothing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that 5,000 angels came from the heavens to give aid to the believers. The believers were strengthened by the victory that came to them from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And with that strength, they found out later that the unbelievers were returning to take their revenge. The leaders of the Quraysh and even their women were marching to Medina to avenge their loss at Badr. Their army was commanded by great warriors, Abu Sufyan, Khalid ibn Walid, Ikrimah ibn Abu Jahl, who had not yet accepted Islam. Holy Prophet ﷺ's uncle, Hazrat Abbas, sent a secret letter to the Holy Prophet, giving him information about the army that was coming. When Holy Prophet ﷺ sat in Shura, in council with the Sahabis, he said that the Muslims should stay inside Medina and defend the city from inside. And most of the senior Sahabi, they accepted this strategy. But some young people whose blood was hot and they were coming out very confident from Badr, they said, we should go out and fight. And their words traveled around until some people insisted on leaving Medina and going to the battlefield to fight. So Holy Prophet ﷺ accepted their insistence. And after Asr prayers, he went to his home with Hazrat Abu Bakr and Hazrat Umar to put on his armor. The people who insisted on their idea, when they were reminded by the other senior Sahabis, they felt very bad. And they realized that they had made a mistake, and they came to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and begged him to stick to his original plan. But the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, the Prophet is not one to put away his armor and sword once he puts them on, until Allah's judgment is fulfilled between him and his enemies. Obey me from now on. Victory will be yours as long as you stick with things patiently. There is a big lesson in this for believers. There is a big lesson in this for the believer. And understand that even though a mistake was made, Holy Prophet ﷺ is telling the believers, we will still be victorious as long as you are obedient and patient. Amanna wa sadaqna. And the words of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, they are true. As long as the believers obeyed fully, the Muslims had the upper hand. Even though more than 300 hypocrites left the Muslim army before the battle, the true believers were being given victory at Uhud. The Muslims struck down all the flag bearers of the Quraysh. The idols that the Quraysh had brought with them fell to the ground and they were destroyed. Even the women who came to make fitna on the battlefield, they were running away. The 600 Muslims on the battlefield were becoming victorious over the 3,000 mushriks. The Muslims were chasing the unbelievers off the battlefield, and it was in this moment, this critical moment, when the Muslims thought that victory was given to them, when they turned their eyes for just a millisecond, that disaster happened. Some people went on the battlefield to start collecting the ganimat, the spoils of war. And from the 50 archers who had been placed on the hill by the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who had been told by the Holy Prophet ﷺ, do not leave this place. If you see us defeating the enemy, don't leave this place. If you see the enemy defeating us, don't even come to help us. Don't leave this place. Those same archers, they thought the battle was over. They thought the fighting was finished. Majority of them came down, and a small group stayed and said, this is not the Prophet's order, we should stay. But most of them went down to take some of the spoils. Only 10 archers remained on the hill. And Khalid ibn Walid saw an opportunity and he took it. The last 10 archers, they were martyred, and Khalid ibn Walid opened a path for the mushriks to re-enter the battlefield. Because the archers were gone, there was no one left to stop the cavalry. What were the consequences of that one mistake? Hazrat Hamza was sacrificed. Hazrat Hamza was martyred, and his blessed body was mutilated, and it broke the Prophet's heart. 70 Muslims were martyred, and most of all, the Holy Prophet ﷺ was attacked while so many were running away from the battle in panic. A disbeliever threw a rock at the Holy Prophet ﷺ's face, which made him fall down and bleed and made his chainmail dig into his teeth. The rumor then started that the Holy Prophet was martyred. The Sahabi had to shield the Holy Prophet with their own bodies, catching arrows with their backs and on their chests, because of one mistake. Because there was a moment when they were sleeping, they were not awake and they were not aware. And that vigilance was dropped in the face of the enemy. In the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala still saved the honor of the Muslims because they chased the Quraysh away from Medina. Uhud is a lesson. After victory, the believer cannot relax. The believer cannot take the help of Allah for granted. The believer cannot forget the order of the Prophet ﷺ, of the Master for even a moment, because turning away from the order causes destruction. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about this in the Holy Quran, saying, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allah had definitely kept His promise to you when you were defeating the enemy by His permission. Until that moment, when your courage failed you, and you disagreed about the order, and you disobeyed, after He had shown you that which you love. Some of you desired dunya, and some of you desired akhirat. Therefore He made you flee from them, that He may test you. Yet now He has forgiven you. Allah is a Lord of kindness to the believers. When you climbed the hill and didn't look at anyone while the messenger who was behind you was calling you to keep fighting, therefore Allah repaid your grief for the Prophet's grief, that He might teach you not to sorrow either for what had missed you or for what had happened to you. And Allah is informed of what you do. Sadaqallah al-Azim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks to His Prophet first. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives victory to His Prophet. As long as the believers are in the way of the Prophet, obeying the Prophet ﷺ, listening to him when he calls them, victory is theirs. But if they cause grief to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will repay that grief. These are the words of Allah. That is the lesson of Uhud. But understand, because of His love to the Prophet ﷺ and the Prophet's love to the Sahabe Kiram, Allah quickly says that He is the Lord of kindness and He forgives them all. Because up till today, there are groups of people calling themselves Muslims who take this battle to say, you understand, most of the people who are fighting in this battle, they are munafiqs. And they still hate them and curse at them until this day. Allah is saying through the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who said, don't curse at my Sahabis. If you curse at my Sahabi, it is the same as you curse at me. If you curse at me, you're cursing at Allah. And Allah and His angels will curse at you. So we are passing the Battle of Hunain's commemoration. In Hunain, there was a great lesson. Hunain happened on the opposite side of the history of Sirah. After the Holy Prophet ﷺ had conquered Mecca, and after all of Quraysh had become Muslim, he ﷺ gave the order to fight the tribes of Hawazin and Thaqif, who were gathering to attack the Muslims. Holy Prophet ﷺ led the army seated on his mule called Duldul. The army of Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ was 12,000 strong, 2,000 of Mecca and 10,000 of Medina. The enemy was 20,000. Some trusted in their numbers and said, we cannot be defeated because of small numbers today. Holy Prophet ﷺ did not like these words. The battle began at dawn. As the Muslims descended into the valley in the darkness, they saw the enemy soldiers appear from nowhere. Arrows rained down upon the Muslims. The scene was chaotic. The army began to break and flee. Only around 100 believers stayed around the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who called out, "O people, where are you going? Come to me. I am Rasulullah. I am Muhammad ibn Abdullah." In the battlefield, horses and animals were crashing into each other in the darkness. Holy Prophet ﷺ was in the center, atop the Duldul, calling the people back to courage. Holy Prophet ﷺ told his uncle Hazrat Abbas, whose voice was powerful, to call out and say, "O Ansar, O you who gave bayat to Rasulullah under the Samra tree, where are you?" When the strong voice of Hazrat Abbas was heard, people woke up. They said, "Where are we going? Where are we leaving to?" The believers came back to the battle. When Holy Prophet ﷺ saw the army gathering its strength again, he stood on the stirrups of Duldul and called out, "Now the oven is heated. Now the war has become hot. I am Rasulullah, and this is no lie." And he ﷺ called out, "Ya Rabbi, I ask you for your promise. Definitely, you don't want them to beat us." And he picked up a fistful of sand and threw it, saying, "May their faces be black." The enemy army broke, the angels came to help, and victory was given. And what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say about this battle? He talks about Hunayn in Surah Al-Tawbah, saying, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Allah has given you victory on many maidans. And on the day of Hunayn, when you rejoiced over your great numbers, but it didn't help you at all. And the earth, as wide as it is, was narrowed for you. Then you turned back, fleeing. Then Allah sent His peace of reassurance down upon His messenger and upon the believers, and sent down soldiers you couldn't see, and punished those who disbelieved. Such is the reward of the disbelievers. Then afterward, Allah will accept the tawbah of whom He wills, for Allah is forgiving, merciful. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. The victory is not in numbers, or in horses, or in armor, or in swords. Victory is with Allah and the Prophet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave victory in Badr when the believers were armed with sticks. And it was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who showed the believers in Hunayn that their victory did not come from themselves. It came only from Him. And it came only with obedience and patience to the Prophet ﷺ. The history of Islam does not end when the Holy Prophet ﷺ was veiled. Nor does it end with the Khulafa Rashidin. The history of Islam is 1400 years. And the history of Islam will continue until Judgment Day. And the awliya and the salihin who came before us, they took the lessons of the Holy Prophet and the Sahabi and the Tabi'in, every generation, very, very, very seriously. They studied it, they memorized it, they put it in their hearts, they put it in their lives, they learned from it, and they built their lives upon it, so that the palace of Islam became grander and more majestic with every generation. And today, we are in the commemoration of one of the most majestic days in our history. A day that took the lessons of Badr, of Uhud, of Hunayn, and brought out the fruit of those lessons. A day that was prophesied by the Holy Prophet ﷺ, that was sought out by so many Muslims. But the crown of that hadith was given to only one man, Sultan Mehmed Fatih Khan, Jannat Makan. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Truly, you shall conquer Constantinople. What a wonderful leader will the leader be, and what a wonderful army will that army be. Our salams to the wonderful leader Sultan Mehmed Fatih Khan. Our salams to the wonderful army, Askari Mansur and Muhammadiyah. Look at our Sultan Mehmed Fatih Khan. Why is he Jannat Makan? why is his abode, his place, Jannat. He took one word of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, one hadith, and he made that hadith the purpose of his existence. Once Haji Bayram Ali, Hazrat Ali, went into the masjid and saw a little boy writing in a notebook. He saw that it was the Shehzadi Mehmet, and he asked him to show what was inside, and that prince at that age was drawing the plans of conquering Istanbul. He had one purpose: obedience and submission and patience to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. He had one objective: to bring the words of the Holy Prophet ﷺ into reality. He was 23 years old. 23. He was ready to move the mountains to get Istanbul. He was ready to empty the oceans to get Istanbul. He brought the ships over the mountains to get Istanbul. Either I will take Istanbul or Istanbul will take me. This is not just words. This was his wasifa. Our Shaykh is talking about him and what he did, saying, we're looking back 567 years ago today. 567 years ago today, a man was just 23 years of age. He conquered Istanbul. Istanbul is a city that became Islam. Where is the Islam was the greatest. He ran after that. He didn't run after conquering the city. He ran after that aim. What was that aim? Because Holy Prophet ﷺ said, whoever is going to conquer this city, he is the greatest general that ever came. His army is the greatest army. And from the word that Holy Prophet ﷺ said, from that time until reaching to his time, 1453, the Muslims, they did not sit. They didn't rest. They didn't relax. Because they said, yes, we are living Islam, but there is something that we got to do beyond this. Understand, he was a man just like you and me. He was eating and drinking. He was feeling the pain. He was enjoying things. He was a man. But he had an aim. And his aim was, I'm going to run to get this city. Even if I don't, at least I will be in that book too that I tried. So he did his best. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's rahmat and mercy reached to him and he conquered. Shaykh Maulana is also talking about the greatness of Sultan Mehmed Fatih Khan and what he did, saying, Istanbul was conquered. And from then on, Istanbul became Islambul, the abundance of Islam. Became the honorable and enormous, respectable and glorious maqam of the Khilafat, the homeland of the Khalifa. It became the exalted throne of the Khalifa. The one who conquered it was Sultan Mehmed. Heaven is his station. He gave the honor to Istanbul. The Prophet ﷺ promised him for 700 years Istanbul was the Darul Khilafat, the honorable and glorious center of the Khalifa, capital and sultanate of the Khalifa, of the Caliph and their homeland. Since 1453, accordingly 600 years ago, that place became the Darul Khilafah, the palace of the Khalifa, his center and capital city of Khilafat. Without the Khalifa, can you have unity? Is this the place of the Khalifa? What did you do with the Khalifa, oh you Turks? Ask them. You were given the greatest honor, and you sent out of your country the biggest honor given to you. You sent them away from the lands that they conquered with their swords. Will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you honor? Go ahead, oh Shah Merdan. The people are so ignorant like this now. This is all they want. Ask, search for the Khalifa. Without the Khalifa, Friday prayers is not valid. Eid is not valid. Without the Khalifa, no fatwa can be carried out. Friday khutbah is given under his name. Without mentioning the Khalifa's name, there cannot be a khutbah. Without the Khalifa, Friday prayer isn't valid. Eid is not valid. Ramazan is not valid. The khutbah is not valid. May Allah bless our ancestors and our holy grandfathers. May they rest in paradises. Those opposing them, may their graves be hellfire. These are the words of Sultan al-Awliya. Take it seriously. O believers, Badr, Uhud, Hunain, the Fatih of Istanbul, all came to bring the unity of Islam. the ruling of Allah. All came to bring an end to tyranny. All came to bring an end to zulm and to zalims. All came to bring adalat and justice. All came to bring the shadow of Allah on this earth. The believer must be concerned with this. The believer who is not concerned with this, he is with shaitan. He is with Dajjal. Listen to Shaykh Effendi, listen. Listen to the Ottoman Sheikh. Istanbul is going to be conquered again. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, Rome is going to be conquered a second time. Do you know what kind of work you are going to do in it? Are you preparing yourself for that? Or are you living lifestyle heedlessly and daydreaming and night dreaming and daydreaming and night dreaming? Wake up. We must wake up to our own selves. The first thing is we have to live Islam on ourselves. Then we have to run after rising Islam up. Islam is up, we have to put the support underneath. Today's Muslims, no, they're not doing it because they are running. They're not doing it because they are running to live for themselves. But they're not even living for themselves, let alone Islam. Those people, they lived for Islam. They left everything. They left their children, their families. Whatever they owned, they left it. And when they were going for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they didn't make any plans for turning back. They made plans thinking, I will become a martyr in this war. That's how they went. Oh Muslims, check yourselves. Don't wait for me to say anything to you. We should stop fooling our own selves. Islam is going to take over, but the Muslims, if they are heedless, then Allah is not in need of us. He says, I will create new nations and I will give it to them, as He did. When we became heedless, He took it from us and He gave the power to other nations. If they wake up, they wake up. If they don't, then He will take it from them and He will give it to other nations. This is going to rise. It is the Holy Prophet's order. It is going to come up. It is impossible to go down. We have to look what we are doing in it, how we are preparing ourselves and how we are making ourselves ready in that way. Not to be heedless 24 hours. Everyone is waiting for Mahdi alayhi salam. Everyone is waiting for Mahdi alayhi salam. But 24 hours, people are heedless. Do you think when Mahdi alayhi salam is coming, he's going to come to tell us, oh, Your Highness, I am here. You want to join me? You want to help my work? If that is what you are thinking, then you're going to think until Azrael is coming, and you're going to find yourself on the opposite side when Mahdi alayhi salam is coming. Heedlessness is not accepted for believers. The believers cannot be heedless all the time. From time to time, shaitan may fool you, but you have to wake up to yourself. If necessary, you have to punch yourself. You have to punish your own self to wake up from that heedlessness. It doesn't matter what is your age. It doesn't matter how tired you are. You have to be in an awakening station. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put us in an awakening station. May Allah light our hearts on fire with ashq, with an ashq that can move mountains, with an ashq that brings angels to the earth, with an ashq that pulls His pleasure and the pleasure of His Prophet and His friends. Listen to this. Listen to this love letter, love words. Let's taste this love and listen to the words of Fatih Sultan addressing to his beloved, alayhi salatu wassalam. He writes this to the Prophet. Your face shines like the Eid moon. Your hair is as black as the night of ascension. Your dimples are the hands of Musa. Your lips are the breath of Isa. Ya Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam. Allah gave you this beauty. Never has He painted a beauty like yours. If they crown me with the wealth of the universe, and if they give me the chance to sit atop the throne, even if they start to call me Sultan, I will never go away from your door. May Allah raise His station. May Allah make us to wake up. May Allah give us a fraction of their ashq. May Allah make us to live and to die with this ashq. And may Allah raise us on Judgment Day with the Ashq and with our Shaykh and all who love them. Amin. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Azim. La ilaha illa wa atubu ilayh. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له سبحان قدوس ربنا سبحان قدوس إنا ديننا إن الله الإسلام قام الصلاة آمين بسم الله Naqsh is the Naqsh. To put Naqsh means to have embroidery, engraving. Naqshbandi means engraving in our heart. Allah, the name of Allah. For the murids, for us in this Jamaat, we're not Wahhabis to say the Naqsh. No, turn this off, turn the other back on. Turn this off. Yeah. The Naqsh, it is the engraving. We're not Wahhabis to say, we're just going to go directly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have the engraving. So, what is in your heart is the thing that is most beloved to you. This is what is the heart. What is most beloved to you? The heart is the throne of Allah. Quickly sit down. The heart is the throne of Allah. Allah must occupy that throne. Allah is the creator of love. Allah is the creator of the most beloved one. So, we are looking to see what is in the heart of the Prophet ﷺ. What is in his heart? His heart is Allah. But the whatever that is in the heart, it is the thing that is most beloved. If you are putting other things in there next to the thing that you are most beloved to, even if you have the most beloved one in your heart and you're putting other things, that's called partnership. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not liking that. In reality, not only people now, they put partners to Allah, they want to remove, or they have already removed Allah. And they put the false ilah there. Allah, there is no other Allah than He. You understand? So they put other ones that are there. So in the Naqshbandi way, we want to remove all the beloveds in our heart that we think that are beloveds, so that the real beloved can shine. It is not to cover, it is to uncover. It is not to put something, it is to remove something. Because the fake one doesn't exist. It is only the real exists. So when you remove the fake, the real one will come out even more. What you're going to find in your heart is what is beloved to you, most beloved to you. Like the heart of anything, the essence of anything. The essence of the Quran is Surah Al-Yasin. Surah Al-Yasin, like the Awliya and the Alims are saying, Yasin, it is addressing to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. That is one of his names. So what must be in our heart? It's easy to say that the Shaykh must be in your heart. This is one of the reasons why in the Naqshbandi way, in the Haqqani way, in the real way, that our Mujaddid, our Sultan, Shaykh Maulana, they have revived it and put it into the hearts of millions, reviving the order, making it to something great and big and international, and also to prepare the whole world for Hazrat Mahdi alayhi salam and the Khilafat. It is important now for you to know, for you to have your Shaykh in your eyes, in your heart, in your mind, in everything. To have the Naqsh, the engraving of your Shaykh there. People who are not understanding this, they completely miss the point. And so many so-called Sufis, they miss the point. In the old days, Shaykh Effendi says, you don't need pictures, because they see the Shaykh one time and they close their eyes and that's all that they can see. It's already engraved. Because in the old days also, there are no pictures. There are no pictures. People don't have television. People are not busy reading comic books, watching movies, having internet, nothing. And so when something that is from their heart sees something, it immediately grabs and it puts it there. In the Akhir Zaman, is nothing but fitna and pictures that is everywhere. And what in Islam is doing is that sometimes it is necessary to fight fire with fire. So you don't have the pictures, you don't have like seeing the Shaykh one time and putting it in your heart because your heart containing millions of other pictures. You watch one movie, they say we have between 38 to 50 frames a second. 1 second of any movie that you see, between 38 to 40 to, depending how many frames a second. Like 40 pictures, 1 second. You watch one movie, 2 hours, 3 hours. Imagine how many pictures. And the pictures is not just pictures, it's pictures to make you think that it is alive, it is real. These pictures, we don't think it is alive. But the movie, when you see, people can lose themselves in it. You become part of that reality. That is the power of the pictures. Now we want to be part of the reality of our Shaykh, not our own reality. So which is one of the main reasons why we have the pictures of our Shaykh around, to remind us, because we're fighting fire with fire. There are millions of other pictures of wrong things that's pulling us to shaitan, pulling us to our ego and desires, that we have to have now physical reminder there of our Shaykh. It is easier now. You try to put your Shaykh. It is not thinking that you're in love with your Shaykh. This is the first step. You can paste your pictures of your Shaykh, your whole house, wallpaper it. But if you are not understanding, obeying, and being patient with your Shaykh, if you are not being trained under your Shaykh, if you are not submitting to your Shaykh, all those pictures in your house or in your heart means nothing also. It means nothing. It's just a show. So many people, they see us, and if you see them for the first time, see, mashallah, these are the ones with the most passion. They love us. Kiss our hand, they kiss our feet, they say, oh, I love you, may everything be sacrificed for you. Yes, but once we start training them, not for our benefit, for their benefit, you start touching them and you start testing them a little bit, immediately they fail. Not only they move away, but they turn around and they start cursing us. It happens. So putting that naqsh is not just having a picture or writing or something in your heart. What is your heart anyway? What is your heart? Let's take physical heart. What is it? It's just there. Blood goes there, correct? Good. Blood comes out too. The heart also has so many other things. It produces so much. It's not just for blood. It produces so much other kinds of chemicals that makes you to feel. So you're putting your Shaykh in your heart. If you are sincere, and you must be, then that same Shaykh has to go into every cell of your body, your blood, your thinking, your eyes, your hearing, your mouth, your tongue. As much as you can, and you must go as much as you can. You must be in an environment with people that is going to make you slowly, slowly, slowly to be in the footsteps and in the shadow to become your Shaykh. Not to become your Shaykh, but to fall into the ocean of your Shaykh. That is the meaning there. You understand? And everybody understands this. It's not like it's something that is so controversial. When you fall in love, you lose your identity anyway. You say, I only want to be with that one, for that one. You want to lose your identity. You say, I'm nothing without you. You are my identity. And not just falling in love with a person, you can fall in people now, they fall in love with everything. They fall in love with themselves. They fall in love with shoes, with cars, with career, with women, with man, with plants, with animals. This is a nature that Allah has put into ourselves so that nobody can say on Judgment Day, I don't know what you're talking about when you talk about ashq. I don't know what you're talking about when you talk about aql. I don't know what you talk about when you say, follow me and follow those ones that I've put on top of you. No one can say, I don't know what love is. No one can say, I don't know what submission is. No one can say that. Especially for the women. Especially for the women. That's why the spirituality, it is easier for them to understand. It's also very easy for them to fall from that, because they give love more than they take. And they're put also so much, Allah has put in them to suffer so much, and that suffering becomes a love also. They carry the child for 9 months with so much pain and discomfort, but they have love. When the child comes out with so much pain and discomfort, they have love. And that continues until the child dies. It doesn't finish. If men get pregnant with that pain, they start kill themselves before anything. So why have to do this? So that is that naqsh, and to put that in our hearts. You must find your shaykh there. You must look at your actions, your speech, your actions, the way you look at things, the way you hear things. Is it what your shaykh wants? Is it coming from your heart? Is it coming from your shaykh? If it is separate from that, put a question mark there. Try to change it. And it is not everyone can just follow as they like also. It's not that. It's never been like that. Every prophet who came to bring either the Sharia or even especially tariqat, it is never just take and run with it any way that you want. So many now, they are trying to trick themselves by saying, well, there are some Sahabis that they don't listen and they go in the corner here and there. There's some who go. Number one, you are not those Sahabis. Usually people who do that, they do everything wrong. And then they claim they're exceptional. Those Sahabis that they are not in the mainstream, they do everything correctly and 1,000% more on top of that. 1,000% more. They are not just those ones who have difference of opinion and they put aside, they pull themselves aside and they say, I'm not going to follow just because. No. They are 1,000 times more strict on themselves with those matters. That's what gives them the permission. Now people, they don't like everyone else is doing things. They pull themselves aside and say, I'm exception. Just like those Sahabis, I'm exception also. But you see, step by step, you're not saying the things our Shaykh is saying. You're not doing the things that our Shaykh is doing. You're not living your life properly. And the lifestyle, when you look at it, it is very far away from the lifestyle of your Shaykh and tariqat. But yet you're claiming that you're like these Sahabis. Who are they? Hazrati Abu Zar. Who are they? Ahli Sufa. Who are they? Those ones who are Hazrati Abu Darda. That they are so strong, they're so strict that they don't give themselves any luxury, any excuse to have any deviation or even any pleasure in this life. Those are the ones. Are you comparing yourselves to them? Or are you fooling yourself? But it's okay. Fool yourself as much as you want. As Allah is saying, you've been given an appointed term, sometime. After that, you cannot fool yourself anymore. And that time you will know and everybody will know. I mean, everybody knows now. You don't know. But you will know one day. May Allah wake us up before it's too late. Inshallah Rahman. Once you start doing that in your heart, it doesn't stop there. It reflects back to the heart of the Shaykh. And then to other things, it goes around, circles. Because if you see your Shaykh there, what is in the heart of your Shaykh, you must be able to see that too. It's not just to say, I have my Shaykh in my heart, but then you completely misunderstand your Shaykh. You completely corrupt him. You completely deviate. But you say, I have my Shaykh. So many people say, oh, my Janam Shaykhum. My Jan Shaykhum, my beloved Shaykh, my most wonderful Shaykh, my this, my Shaykh. And we're seeing you are being a tyrant, you are a corrupt one, you corrupt lives, you destroy lives. What you're doing is not what your Shaykh is doing, but you delude yourself into thinking that you're following your Shaykh. So emotion, thinking just something like that, is not the criteria. It is not the criteria for that real, let's say, the reality of that expression. Just because you feel something doesn't mean it's real. So people, they are like that. But you see, they are taking their shaykh's teachings and they're fitting it according to their understanding and according to their nafs. Sometimes we say, okay, go and do it according to your understanding. We don't see good things coming out from this. Always we see people who deviate, not good things come out. Bad things, worse things come out. If you say if good things come out, we have no problem. We have no problem. But we'll say, oh, you are taking advantage of people, you are cheating, lying, especially women. So it is wrong. So you're putting your shaykh there now, but your shaykh is an idol. Your shaykh becomes an idol. You're not looking into the heart of your shaykh. And you're not looking at, it's not just you and your shaykh, you know. That's why we're saying, La sharika lah. We're saying it also because La sharika lah, no partnership, doesn't just mean there's only Allah and no partner to Allah. It's meaning I don't make myself a partner to Allah. Because so many people, they're saying, no, there's only Allah and me. There's only Prophet and me. There's only the Shaykh and me. So you become partner to your Shaykh, partner to Allah. La sharika lah. Don't think you're the only one. People who do that so many times, they deviate and they do wrong things. Because there are so many also who loves Allah. There are so many also who loves our Prophet, and there are people who love our Shaykh. And these are the ones trying to be in Jamaat. You must also see what is in their heart, and you must have them in your heart also. Because everyone, now you understand that secret. You are not a partner to your Shaykh. Your Shaykh is not an idol, and you are not an idol of your Shaykh, a reflection of your Shaykh, the only one. Now you understand that secret. Everyone is that beauty from your Shaykh. Everyone carries a beauty, a manifestation, a ray, a sign from your Shaykh too. Then that time you will go looking everywhere in the world, yes, to find the beauty of your Shaykh there, to find the beauty of Islam, to find the beauty of the Holy Prophet ﷺ in everything. And you're not going to think I'm the only one. When you start living like that, you may do wrong things, but you will get 1,000 signals telling you not to deviate like that. And you are going to be, it's very clear, you're going to get those signals also, and you will fix yourself properly. If you don't, if you're just saying, me and my Shaykh, we're buddies, no one else, I'm the only one. After him pass, everything is going to me. Then that's the time Shaitan will sit on your neck and you'll do everything thinking it is for the sake of Islam and your Shaykh, but you're doing everything that is the complete opposite. May Allah forgive me, inshallah. May Allah make it easy for us. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This much is enough, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.